Hey, welcome in. Well, here's a quick news roundup of some stories from the last week. How about this one? Here's the headline. MSNBC slammed over disgusting racist rant for attacking a black Republican. That would be Winsome Sears, who is the new lieutenant governor in Virginia. And this guy, that's Michael Eric Dyson, he was on MSNBC and he said some, frankly, insane things. Let's take a look. The problem is here they want white supremacy by ventriloquist effect. And just for clarity here, here's Winsome Sears. So she's the new voice of white supremacy, according to Michael Eric Dyson. They want white supremacy by ventriloquist effect. Ventriloquist effect, so she's a puppet. So he's saying that she's just a puppet. She has no agency. She has no thoughts of her own. So, just to be clear, this is exactly what he's saying. There is a black mouth moving, but a white idea through the running on the runway of the tongue of a figure who justifies and legitimates the white supremacist practices. So as you can see, he likes to poeticize his intolerance. The runway of the tongue of a figure who justifies... So he does it badly. Let's just be clear about that. He does it poorly. But it's done to dress up the fact that this is crazy. I mean, what he's saying is that Winsome Sears, I don't know if you saw her victory speech on the election night, but I mean, what an impressive person. Much more impressive than him. I mean, not even in the same ballpark. But what he's saying essentially is that she is pro-white supremacy. Huh. Now, I remember the good old days when a white supremacist was a guy with a shaved head and a swastika tattooed on his forehead. Oh yeah, and he was white as well. And you knew about him because you saw him on a 60 Minutes segment. Now it's just anybody. Anybody can be one. I mean, if you want to be a white supremacist, race is no barrier. Somehow it's become more tolerant than Eric Michael Dyson. And here's the thing, when everything is something, nothing is. And you just end up making the words meaningless because nobody believes you anymore. I mean, just listen to this. It's so absurd. So to have a black face speaking in behalf of a white supremacist legacy is nothing new. I'm sorry. You're making a fool of yourself. I know that it pays well, and maybe you don't care that nobody believes you anymore. But frankly, at this point, it's just getting embarrassing. Bill Maher noticed that it was getting ridiculous too, because he had Michael Eric Dyson on his show. And this is how the conversation went. Dyson stated, "The point is parents who were spooked by critical race theory, none of whom can define it. When you ask them what it is, they don't know." And Bill Maher said, "I find that a disingenuous argument, because I don't think that is what people are objecting to. They are not objecting to black history being taught. There are other things going on in the schools." "Like what?" Dyson sneered. "Like separating children by race and describing them as either oppressed or oppressor. I mean, there are children coming home who feel traumatized by this. That's what parents are objecting to." And what Dyson is doing is just playing the game where they intentionally obfuscate what they're actually talking about. And of course, they also say that, it doesn't exist, but if you're against it, you're racist. It's all just smoke and mirrors. But I guess as long as people are willing to keep paying Michael Eric Dyson to lie, he's going to keep doing it. Anyway, what's the next one? Colin Kaepernick insults Fresh Prince of Bel-Air character Carlton Banks. And you might think it's about time somebody came after these racist characters from the 90s, like the cast of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, who were beloved by white people, only white people, by the way. Everything from the way they dress, the way they talk, even the way they dance. It's all so non-threatening. Hey, that's the way opposing defenses saw you, Colin Kaepernick. Were they racist too? But anyway, these, according to Colin Kaepernick, archetypal black characters who are including social outcasts who assimilate or conform, like Carlton Banks or Steve Urkel. Well, obviously, it must have been white people that wrote... Oh, hold on a second. Oh, these characters were created by non-white television creators. So I don't know. Maybe he should just focus on comparing the NFL Combine to slavery, while he sells sneakers made by, actual slaves. Seems like the guy's a little bit confused. Anyway, well, on to the next one. How about this? Indiana Jones 5 crew member found dead. Well, I'm going to say what everybody's thinking. Alec Baldwin has to be stopped. This has gone on too long. I don't care how much he likes watching people die in front of his eyes. Somebody's got to do something. All right, let's move on. And last but not least, we have yet another win for the patriarchy. Rachel Levine, transgender official sworn in as 4-star admiral. So it's an inspiring tale. I wonder if when Rachel Levine was a young boy, he ever dreamt of growing up and being the first female 4-star admiral. Anyway, that's all I got to say about that. Please subscribe, like, and share. That really helps me out. If you just like to listen, there's the podcast, Radio Baloney. It's on pretty much every platform. If you look for it, you will find it. Thank you very much. I'll see you next time.